everybody. So I am jumping on the bandwagon because it's collage, and you know that's really what I like to do. So check out Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue. She is doing, well, she does glue books, and you know, we've all got glue books going on, but she also is doing these TWINCHIES, and which are 2" by 2" collage pieces. And I really, one of the things I struggle with is working small. And so I thought, okay, let me jump on this bandwagon and see if I can work small. And so for one, she recommended this notebook. It's graph paper full of 2" by 2" squares. How convenient. And she also, with her TWINCHIES, here are the last 3 or 4 that she's done. She, I'm afraid I might be too OCD for this, but we'll see. The last 2 or 3 or 4 she's done, she's added a little bonus of some printables, some TWINCHIE printables, where she gives you some squares. Like this is her fall TWINCHIE. So all these squares are fall colors, fall patterns. Of course, I've cut them out. She does a printable. I think it's like 4 or 5 pages. It's a couple pages of these, and then a couple of pages of some little bits and bobs for you to collage with. And I've gone through, that's what I've been doing the last couple of days. I printed them all out. She has the fall kit, the blue and green kit, the purple and gold and teal kit, and the red, black, and white. So she's got 4 little kits going on. I, of course, printed them all out, and I, of course, cut them all out because, you know, fussy cutting. So, and I just decided to mix them all together and try to, instead of keeping them separate. So there is the black and white kit, the black, white, and red kit, the fall kit, the blue and gold kit is in here, the blue and purple and gold, and then the blue and green kit is in here. So these are all my little bits and bobs. And then I'm going to work with, today I'm going to work with the fall squares. I've got the other squares cut out and set aside, but today we're just going to work with the fall squares. And I'm just going to start in the middle, because any of you know about doing glue books or collage books, it's best to kind of not start at the beginning and go to the end, because it makes your book wonky. So I'm just going to, I just picked a place in the middle. It's not the direct center, but we're going to do this for our fall. Our little fall TWINCHIES. And I think I've got them all cut pretty OCD online. Well, we're not going to use that glue stick. I'm going to start with a fresh one. And I, like so many others, have a square punch. I have a square punch, but it apparently is 1.9 because it's not a full square, which is frustrating because I thought I was just going to jump on here and go with it. See, here's my punch. And it looks like it's a 2 by 2 square, but it's not. Let me get a little piece of scrap here. You can see that it's not quite 2 by 2. See? So that's a little frustrating. I'll still use it because, you know, it still can be used. But it was just kind of disheartening that I didn't find a 2 by 2. And so again, see, here's where I'm going to have a problem. And maybe I should just go with it and just make it happen. Is that my squares aren't, even where I cut them, they aren't exactly 2 by 2. So we're just going to have to work with it. And I would like to think I've watched a few of her videos, but I feel like starting out, it's like, how do we do this? How do we start this? And what I think I'm going to do is just fill up my squares. We are going to have some overlap, again, because of the not quite 2x2. And I'm just going to give me a page of squares, and then we'll work with collaging in them. I think that's what she does, but again, we don't have to do exactly what she does. And I'm talking about Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue. I don't want to, he already has a, I'm trying to avoid the ones that have like a focal point in them already. And I haven't counted these out to see if there's an exact number or if I'm going to have extras or anything like that. I haven't done that. We're just going with some fall backgrounds. That's too close to that one. And I could even, now that I think about it, I could even, what am I doing? Use that little square that I cut. You know, I could do it like this and kind of have a double background. Nothing says I can't do that. So we'll see how that goes. I decided to go with the fall background and start with it because this next week is Thanksgiving. And so essentially fall will be over. We'll jump into the holiday season. So I wanted to go ahead and get the fall one going. So I'm not like in the middle of winter doing a fall scene and y'all are like, what are you doing? Fall is over. So we started with the fall one. Yeah, there is some overlap, and I guess it's just how it's going to have to be. I mean, I guess I could trim them down a little bit, but first off, my scissors are over at my my couch where I sit and fussy cut and watch TV. One of these days, I'm going to get scissors for both places. And it's not like it's a mile and a half away. It's like right there, literally. My couch butts up to my art table. Like I said, I feel like I was watching Nicole's videos, but when I sat down to do this, it's like, okay, what are we doing? How do we do this? And again, it's art, so there's not very many rules. And, you know, to each his own. Ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. And, of course, you don't have to have this book to do this. You can make Twinchies as an individual art, you know, and just have just individual art pieces. They don't have to be in a book. But, you know, I kind of wanted to, my thought process was that this would organize my art form. could do my Twinchies in here, and then I have my other glue books for other things, and I'm sure you can, again, this is your piece. You can do with it what you want. I'm sure you can kind of play with the different patterns and have like a different, you know, you wanted the real leaves on here. You wanted every other one to be a darker one or something like that. You could easily do that. I did not. I'm just plunking these down. They kind of go over the edge here. I might have to trim my edge, but that's okay. So it does look like in the kit she gives you plenty of extras for more than one page, which is a cool thing. Gives you options. I need 2 more. Let's do this one and this one. Then we'll have our Twinchie background done. Then we'll dig through and see what we need to add. And not every square has to have something. I guess that's why she did some with, you know, with focal points in them, so you won't feel like you have to add something to every square. Again, there's no rules. So I like that. I'm going to set these aside. And then we're going to pull out this guy. I'm going to mainly work with the fall pieces, but, you know, they're all in here mixed together. So whatever happens, happens. I like the little fox. And I like that little bunny. And some of these pieces I was able to cut right to the edge. Like this little fox, I cut him right to the edge. But them leaves, I didn't fussy cut them all the way to the... I didn't fussy cut them all the way to the end. I'm just trying to get me some focal points going on here. It's fall. Jump in the leaves, y'all. Get me some focal points going on, and then I'm going to find some other pieces to add to it. Other scraps and things like that. Could do that there and cover up that hole. Ooh, this one's cute. Apple baskets. Maybe we'll do that one as that one. I liked her. I thought she was cute. Put her in that little hole. Like I said, we're just kind of plunking them down. Seeing what we can come up with. And I sat here and said, you don't have to fill all of them up, but here I am filling them all up. I like that. Okay, we got a focal point in everybody. Let me just kind of see if there's anything. I'm looking through my stash of scraps. The problem, it's not really a problem, but the thing with working small is, not having the room to do anything. I mean, you guys are probably like, yeah, duh. But that means you have to have small scraps to work with. I'm just not, I feel like my fingers are too bulky to work small. Let me see if I've got some scraps. That are here handy. Even if they're just to add a little floof to what I'm working on, you know? Okay. And you don't have to add any extra floof. You can just go with what Nicole's given you and plunk it down and make it happen. And some of those I think I will. Maybe that's what I'll do. Go through and see the ones that I know I don't want to add anything to. I could have at least inked the edges of that one, but you know. Oh, maybe he needs to go here. Like I said, I'm not used to working small. I need to probably find my little tweezers and learn how to function with those. I feel like I got big clunky fingers. Let's see if they're handy here. There are some that are handy. I feel clunky with tweezers too, because it's like, how do you use these? How's best to use these? Like that, Shell. Just like that. Okay. Okie dokie, Mr. Fox. I kind of like that right there too. So maybe that's the way to do it, is just get your backgrounds down and then pick out your focal points and then decide if your focal points need something else or if they are good as is. And then from there, start gluing folks down. Now this guy I'm going to need to use, you know what, I'm going to try to use glue stick on this. I don't ever use glue stick on book page stuff, book spine stuff, because it's textured and all that, but we're going to try it. We'll see. This little owl might come off, but uh-oh. Maybe that was just scrappy. Let me make sure I've got all my... Still got all my focal points. Okay. Let's see, Mr. Fox, that won't work for you. Let's see if this will work for you. Well, and I guess you could work on this as on an individual level as far as one square at a time. Could easily do that, I'm sure. And not really plan it out. And again, you don't have to add all the extra stuff, extra collage stuff. I just wanted to. I think this guy's gonna go by himself. I really appreciate Nicole, you know, kind of going with this and making this a thing and offering the freebies to work with, because sometimes, you know, you see something online, it's like, ooh, I want to do that, but you have no idea how to get started in it or what to do with it or anything. And Nicole, with her freebies, is like, this is what you do and this is how you do it and here's some goodies to start with, and I think that's fabulous. And again, you don't have to have this book. You can just cut out her Twinchies, her little 2-inch squares, and do them in a regular glue book. That's one of the things I love about art, is that so oftentimes we get in our head that we have to have all this stuff and do all these things and have the latest and the greatest and all that. And we really don't. We really don't. There's a lot we can do with what little we have sometimes. My glue stick is being really gloopy today. Which is not helping the tweezer situation by any means. But we're rolling with it. think I want to. I don't really like that there's two trucks here by each other. Let's see if there's something else I can put. But then we got like two pumpkins together. Let's see here. What else do we have? That kind of goes away in the background. How about this cute little teddy bear? Maybe. No. How about that little floof? Yeah, I'll work with that. We'll work with that. Okay, bottom row is done. Then we got this guy. I don't think I need to add anything to it. Because he's got his own little background, little tan background going on here. And the second bottom row is done. Moving on up. The mushroom is done. I need to glue him down a little bit. He's trying to flap up on me. That's done. This guy. Why not? The third row is done. We're getting there. Happy autumn. Like I said, a lot of these, the way, just because they're such cute, backgrounds and focal points, there's really nothing else you need to do to them. And again, you don't have to add the little floof to them. I just was adding to give it something else to go with. Okay, we got the apple basket left, and I don't know, since it's so big, I don't know that I need anything, because if I put anything with him, I'm going to cover up the apples. So yeah, I think I probably have enough to do another fall page. So I might piddle around with that a little bit more and see what else I can come up with. But for this being my first Twinchie, I think I'm good with it. There you go. That's how simple it was. It's a matter of cutting and gluing and making art. So thanks for joining me on my first adventure into this 2x2 book. Check out Nicole over at Relax Cut Glue if you want to see what all she's doing and get you some of these freebies. Let's see here. I could probably add some words to these as well. You know, I've got word snippets. that's also something you could add to it. So, also, I think on Nicole's freebie, she has some words and all that, but I didn't cut those out yet. So yeah, you can still add words to this. And there we go. Happy fall, y'all. We'll see you later. Bye.